What's up, everybody, and welcome to our weekly coaching webinar today. So I am blown away. There's once in a while, we've been doing these webinars for 8 years, and there's once in a while a topic that I'm blown away that we have not covered before. And this is one of those topics. It has to do with retention. And I'm blown away that we haven't covered this topic before because as I mentioned in the email that you maybe saw that promoted this today, it said that 5% increase to your retention can result in as much as 100% increase in your profits. But unfortunately, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see business owners make. And we were guilty of charged for years before we actually adopted a customer retention strategy. And that has to do with retaining customers. Like, how much effort do you really put on retaining customers? Like, how much of a focus is that? What do you do? Do you have a retention plan? There's a lot of things that I find that most business owners don't do here. And this is something we're going to review today because this is something we did years ago and it radically increased our retention of our customers. So that being said, today we're going to dive into a lot of things about retaining customers, but I want to start with probably two of the best books I've read on this topic. And you might have already learned by me that when I try to tackle a topic like retention, I read every single thing I can find on that topic, and I don't exaggerate. I mean, there literally is times that I will spend a year on a topic just drilling it down, like storytelling. I've spent a year. They're learning storytelling on every single book I could find on Audible that I listen to, on my regular books on my phone, in Kindle, everything I can find on the topic. So I spent many months going through every single resource I could locate on how to retain customers. And there's two that I found that really stand out. One is Never Lose a Customer Again by Joey Coleman. This was a fantastic book. I absolutely loved it. I think one of the best books of I read a lot, like 20 books on customer retention that I found. This is something that's well worth your time and investment to put into both your time and your investment. Never Lose a Customer Again. The other one's called The Effortless Experience, Conquering the New Battleground of Customer Loyalty. And this, again, was a fantastic book. I read a lot of different books, but of the many that I read, I think these two, Effortless Experience and The Never Lose a Customer Again, were by far the best that I read. So I would really recommend that you start with Never Lose a Customer Again, read The Effortless Experience. I think both of these can really help you as well. So look, when we talk about customer retention, we talk about keeping customers after you make an initial sale. And there's a lot of reasons this is important. First of all, if you're letting your customers pay you on payments, then it's really important that you focus on retention, because retaining those customers is the difference between you basically being able to get a fraction of what you charged in payments or all of what you charged in payments. So it becomes very, very, very important that you really focus on retaining customers. How does it start? Well, it starts really with understanding how often or how much you're losing your customers. And this could easily be done not easily, I shouldn't say, but that could be done through what's called a cohort analysis. Now, this is not our current cohort analysis, okay? But I'm going to show you this because this was our first version that we started with figuring out how well we retain customers. Now we do this through our Domo. Domo is expensive, but it's now what we use to be able to track all of our analytics. And so we don't use this exactly now. We track it internally, but we started just with an Excel log. And it really came down to this, these people that enrolled in month one, how many of them were there month two, and how many of them were there month 3, 4, 5, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And so we really start with saying, hey, here's the number with months 1, and then it drops to this number in month 2, and this number in month 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, until they make all of their payments. So you want to start with a cohort analysis. You want to get a pretty good idea of what your actual retention is. Now, you can see, and let me give you, this is actually a really good example and reason of why this is so important, is that you can see where we started. We started here at about 100% retention when we first started tracking this. We dropped to about 65% here in month 2. Then we dropped to 51, 41, and it got pretty nasty, down to about 32% in month 7. So what's interesting about this is now our retention is over 70%, guys. So when we started focusing on retention, we more than doubled the amount of people we were retaining through 7 months just by focusing on this and paying attention to it. That's huge. Think about that. I mean, our customers are paying $600 to $900 payments, and you can imagine losing 30% of them that we got back. We now keep an extra almost 40% of the people that we used to lose. I mean, it's millions and millions of dollars of business we were losing because we didn't have our eye on this ball. And the bigger your organization gets, the more money this is costing you. So it starts with getting this kind of data. It really comes down to how many people you have enrolled in month 1, and then how of those people, how many stayed to month 2, month 3, month 4, et cetera, to really get down to percentages. Then we have percentage of drop off, and we have percentage of retention. Now, this helps you a couple different ways. First of all, it lets you know how many of your customers you're actually losing or what percentage of your customers you're actually using. Let me pull up comments here too. So let me have that up. Oh my gosh, I got a million things going on here. Okay, let me give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to pull this up real quick. I want to see. I'm using Demio now, so we sometimes have some issues with audio, stuff like that. Good day, and James says it's great to be on training today. You're awesome trainer, Ty. Thanks, James. I appreciate it. Okay, so getting back to cohort. So it's a really big deal, guys. Like I said, going from a 32% retention on payment month 7 to 70 is a big deal. It gave us an idea of what we were losing. Here's the other interesting thing. We see where we're losing them. Look at this. From month 1, from the people that enrolled and then stayed for 1 month, 35% initially of people were gone. 35%, that's a huge drop off. But look at this. Between months 5, 6, and 7, only 3% difference between month 5, 6, and 7. So you can see that clearly we had an issue with getting people to make that second payment. Then the next thing that happened was we had an issue with getting them to make that third payment, a pretty big drop off here, 14%. Then we dropped to a 10%. Then we dropped to a 6, then a 2, then a 1. So these months weren't difficult for us. What we realized is that the vast majority, half of the people we were enrolling were leaving before month 4. And this made it easier on us as a company because we now know where to focus our time, right? Our focus is getting them to month 4. If we could just get them to month 4, then their chances of them paying to month 7 were very good. So that's the reason that you really want a retention, what's called a cohort analysis. And I found out what a cohort analysis is, learned what it was. My guy that built this Excel log is my $6 an hour guy that I got from Upwork years ago, Muhammad. Muhammad does all of our manual analytics before we get technology like Domo to do it for us. So you can get somebody from Upwork to be able to do this kind of stuff for you. But you see what I'm saying. Knowing the percentage of people you're losing, knowing when you're losing them is the beginning stage of understanding how to retain customers. Okay, that's going to tell you what's happening. Then you can start building solutions around the months where you're actually losing customers. Now, let me tell you the number one thing we did to turn this around, to turn it from 32% to 70%. It's so basic. It's so common sense. I feel completely stupid for ignoring it, but I'll tell you exactly what happened in our world. What happened in our world, do I have like a million links? I mean, we got a million links open here. So let me try to figure out all my URLs. So usually I have all the stuff organized and set up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let me bring this. Oh, give me a second, guys. I'm going to try and get myself up. That didn't work out very well. Okay, I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. Go to there. And then I go max this. Okay, so here we go. So here's what we were doing. We stopped doing emails. So what would happen was somebody would enroll from us as a prospect, right? Everybody would get our emails. We're well known for the emails that we deliver, the value, the content, etc. And then when they would enroll, we'd stop them. We're like, okay, you're good. We gotcha. You enrolled. You're happy now. We stopped the emails to them. And when I started to read these books, what I realized was that people didn't like that. They were used to getting emails every few days from us, all kinds of valuable information, all kinds of valuable content. Then they enrolled and it immediately stopped. And so what happened was people became very unhappy. And we had a massive drop off in that first month because people weren't hearing from us like they used to do. Now, our advisors still reached out. They still got our emails when they went through the steps. But what we came to realize was that people missed hearing from us every few days with information and tips. So what we did to fix this, and the biggest thing we did to turn it around, was we started to set up, actually we came in, and for those that have watched my webinars, look what I figured out how to do. Aren't you proud of me? I figured out in Infusionsoft how to move this around instead of actually zooming in like I used to do. I'm proud of myself. Okay, so what we started to do is we continued to now deliver emails to them in a way that we never did before. So before, we would basically stop sending emails. Now, when they come in, we do continue to send emails. We don't do this for your end user white label customers, of course, but we do it for our own customers. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is that you'll see a lot of this stuff is very unique to us. So that's my number one piece of advice for you is if you want to retain customers, you want to build in a post-enrollment sequence like we've done. You want to continue to deliver emails to them after they actually enroll. And you can see here, a few of our Tampa team members recorded a 30-second welcome, a video welcoming you to our family, and then they click here, and then they can watch this 30-second video where we're all saying, hey, we love you, thanks for coming in, excited to be able to work with you, et cetera, et cetera. So again, the interesting thing here is that we're able to come in and do a welcome video that kind of introduced them to our team and then explain that we were excited to have an opportunity to actually work with them. Now, beyond that, we've come in and we had another email here. I'm going to show you some of the emails that have been in our sequence that we use to actually warm up a customer. So this is something where we actually come in and we say, meet your team. Hey, you'll be working with a truly exceptional team here at Credit Suite. Click here to meet your team members. And then what we do is I just recorded a short video and said, hey, here at Credit Suite, we've got several different team members going to be or a lot of different team members you're going to be working with. We introduce them to the advising team. We introduce them to the finance team. We introduce them to the sales team, etc. So in this second video, we just kind of did a short video of a screen of us going through our staff on our page, introducing them to our actual team members. Then we came in and I'll go on and I'll open maybe 5-10 of these so you can see the kind of content we deliver post-enrollment. So here's an email that says, hey, this email includes a special link to download our features guide. This guide outlines the features you'll now have access to as a Credit Suite client. Click here to get it, grab it. There's so many benefits. So now we're saying, hey, we're reminding them of why they bought. So the first emails were warm and fuzzy. Hey, welcome to our team. What we want, we're looking forward to working with you. Here's who our team members are. Here's who you're going to be working with, etc. Now, Cairo says maybe once a week is enough. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but if you say it again, I'll tell you. And Oscar says, do you have that in Spanish? Oscar, say exactly what it is you want in Spanish, and I'll let you know. But we don't have this enrollment sequence in Spanish. This we just have done in English. And the reason this is unique to Credit Suite is we clicked a lot of videos, et cetera, of me recording here for Credit Suite, so it's hard to keep it white label. But if you're not interested in white label, this is something that you're even possibly able to access in the future. We're getting ready to update this. So we might even make a retention sequence available like this for our clients. There is one built in your active campaign if you're an ultimate member. So this is features and benefits. And this is a reminder of why you buy. This is all of our features and all of our benefits and all the cool things that you get for being a client. It's basically just a reminder of exactly why you bought with us initially. Okay, now we come in and we start talking about the time frame to build business credit. Okay, and the reason we do this is that we basically start explaining what's happening. Hey, nearly 90% of conventional business loan applications are denied. Okay, you're reading this email because you're looking for the fastest, easiest way to get money. And by the way, in step one, what we're doing is you're discovering the exact criteria to get approved. So what we're doing here is we're basically reiterating the benefit of step one. And the reason we're doing that is because we already know that they're going to get a little on edge in step one because not a lot of stuff is happening. They're not getting money. They're just setting up the credibility. Okay, then in this one, we have it. There's a secret to getting approved for business credit loans. Credit lines, issuers do not want you to know. Click here, 2-minute video reveals the secret so you can get approved quickly. Warnings, information is not readily available online or through lenders or credit issuers. Make sure you watch this video. Now, all I'm doing here is we're just showing step one. We're just coming in and saying, hey, this is what's happening in this initial step. Here's why it's important. It's going to help you get approved for loans and credit lines, et cetera. So what we're really doing ultimately here is we're just basically walking them through the experience that they're going to get. This is a testimonial. So, think about what we're doing here. Ultimately, we're coming in and we're selling them after they actually bought. That's exactly what's happening. So we're coming in and we're still selling them on why they want to work with us. Now we're saying, here's a testimonial of exactly somebody that went through the process. Here's the results they got, da. Okay, so again, the issue, and then we come in with more reasons they want to continue the process, testimonials, how's it going? We ask them to give us feedback so that way we know if they're stuck, if they're having issues or not. Are you having a good experience or are you having a bad experience? Look at that, okay? Hey, click the smiley face below if you're happy. Choose the frown face if you're not happy, right? Because if they're not happy, that gets sent right to our advising team, and our advising team is then able to contact the customer right away. So again, all of these are really coming in from testimonials to, again, walking through and explaining what's happening in each step of the process. This is all what we walk through to kind of reiterate the benefits of why they bought. Talk to them a little bit about what's happening in that stage of the process that they're in, giving them testimonials to other people that have had results, welcoming them into the team, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Carlos says, I think the email series is excessive. A lot of companies do that constant contact, and it's annoying after a while. I like your information, but I think once or twice a week is enough. Yeah, sure. I agree with that. I don't necessarily disagree with that at all. I know people don't get things until the 7th contact, but when do marketers find this excessive? I'm signed up for a lot of things, so maybe my email is that's it. Maybe you want to get things once a week, and everybody's kind of got a different preference there. We found that if the content's valuable and you deliver it every 3 to 4 days, that's good. The bottom line is, if you're delivering content on the prospecting side that has value and that teaches people things they didn't know, and it's actionable information, then I found that you can send emails as often as you like. As a matter of fact, we did a test where we sent 5 emails the first day that they opted in. Every one of those 5 had over a 65% open rate. But again, the reason they opened email 3, 4, and 5 was because email 1, 2, and 3 all had valuable content. So good point there. Oscar says the 3-step emails that have videos would be great if you have it in Spanish. That's something. Talk to your advising team. We might be able to actually get that done for you. That content changes often, but a lot of the stuff we do have in the back office is available in Spanish. Those I'm not sure of. So again, what we have here is just basically what's going to happen with them along the way. Do you have a failing business credit score? Do you get your DUNS number? Here's a testimonial, right? Okay, here's another testimonial. So what we're doing here is basically, as they're navigating through the process, we're coming in with emails that are basically explaining to them, for the most part, the benefits they get of going through the actual process. That's what we're doing. We're just selling them on why they want to take that step, what they're getting, why it matters, why it's important, what it does for them in the end. So if, for example, this is something they get in the vendor step. Over 97% of trade vendors don't report. The ones that do usually have stringent underwriting requirements. Click here to watch a 6-minute video outlining how you can really benefit from the vendors available to you in step 3 of the finance suite. These vendors do all these things for you. So again, we're sticking with our normal strategy of emails with very short videos. But these videos are specifically designed to sell them on the benefits of what they're actually doing. So this one's all about, hey, you need to get vendors that report. This step is very important because you need to actually be able to get through this step to build initial business credit. Okay, so again, that's what your emails are doing. Now, whether it's be business credit financing or whatever product or service you're selling, you want to do exactly the same thing. You want to let them know. And here's one that talks about where they can actually text the word tips and they get tips. So now we're saying, hey, opt in for a text sequence. And we're actually going to come in and give you actual tips on a regular weekly basis that you can get to help with your business credit building and financing process. Now, keep in mind, we went from no sequence at all to this sequence, and that's one of the biggest things that brought this up to a bottom line of over 70%. So we doubled our retention, and the number one thing we did it was right here. So this says, would you like to see over 100 real business credit approvals so you know what types of approvals you can get? Click here to access a 4-minute video where we review all of these results. Okay, so again, all we're doing here in this sequence, and I could go through email after email after email, but you get the idea. This is the business credit roadmap. It shows how the process is going to work. Okay, actually, this email talks about how they don't want to quit, be a quitter, right? They want to be a winner, and winner completes the process that they started. Okay, dictionary defines a hero as a person who is admired or idolized for courage, outstanding achievement, or noble qualities. It's easy for us to think of police officers, firefighters, and servicemen and women as heroes, but have you ever thought of yourself as a hero? You should, because you're well on your way to hero status. Starting a business takes lots of courage. More than likely, the people who care about you the most admire you for taking the risk you're taking. And by enrolling with us and building your business credit, you're well on your way to getting access to the money you need to grow your business. By getting access to business credit, you'll soon be recognized as an outstanding achievement as you grow. Yes, for as well. So do not, yes, you for sure as well are on your way to hero status. So do not give up now. Building business credit's a process. If you give up on the process, you give up on money you'll need to grow your business. And that means you're abandoning your dreams of building. I mean, it's pretty harsh, really, if you think about it. But the bottom line is what we're saying is, hey, look, winners win, they don't quit. Quitters quit. They don't win. They're not heroes. So this is almost an ego play to just say, look, the people that stick with things are the ones that win. Here's another testimonial. Okay, here's your business credit journey on real reports. Here's where I do a video showing business credit reports and showing the improvement of those reports as more accounts are added. Another testimonial, another how's it going? Okay, we talk about approvals they're going to get. Okay, the number one factor to get approved without a guarantee. So again, it's all about coming through and reiterating why they're doing what they're doing. You know, that they want to get money for their business, that these steps are necessary for them to move on to the next sequence, et cetera, et cetera. And then again, it just continues on and on and on. So again, what we basically did here in these steps is we came through and we said, what's people's major objection in each step of our process? And let me give you an example from another industry. So when I owned my credit repair business, I did exactly the same thing. The very first month was tough. Everybody didn't think credit repair worked. Right. And then they would 3 weeks later say, where are my results? I haven't got my results yet. So that first month, we would send them articles that show why credit repair works. We would educate them on why credit repair works. We would show them results that other credit repair customers were getting. Okay. Then we would come in and we would say, hey, here's what the letters are going to look like you get in the mail when they actually receive. You're going to get those in a couple of weeks. They're going to look like this. You know, here's some things you could do to get positive credit to boost your scores. So it doesn't matter the industry that you're in. You have to think about what the objection the customer has at that stage of your process. That's why we broke ours down into the steps that they're in the finance suite. The steps that they're in actually trigger different sequences because step one, they're building fundability. So we need to talk to them about why fundability is important. We want testimonials of people that's fundability was screwed up. Then they fixed it and then turned around and got approved. We want to talk about how boring step one is, but how important it is to getting money on the terms you want. We want to show them examples of a loan where your fundability is straight and one where your fundability is jacked up and how much more you're going to pay in interest and how less money you're going to get approved for. This sells the benefits of step one. Then when it comes to step two, we talk about the DUNS number and why you want to get the DUNS number and how you need to get set up with the reporting agencies and how you can be issued failing credit reports and scores if you haven't taken the right steps to get approved. Then we get into step three, and step three is about, hey, vendors suck. Nobody wants vendors. But here's why you want vendors. Here's before and after results. Here's the kind of stuff you can buy from these vendor accounts. It's all about the benefits of what's happening in that stage of their process. So a couple main lessons here. One, you need to continue to follow up with your customers after they actually enroll. Okay. Two, you need to think about where they're stuck, the objections they're having, the reasons they may quit in every stage of your process. And then you need to have emails and content that speaks to them about that and that overcomes those objections so they don't quit. Okay, you want to come in and say, look, I know fundability may be cumbersome, for example, but here's why you do it. Here's somebody that's fundability sucked. They got denied. Then they fixed it. Then they got approved. Here's real results that you're going to be seeing in the steps to come. Here is, the kind of loan you can get without your fundability fixed. And here's a better loan you're going to be able to get with it fixed. It's all before and after, what you're going to get, what the experience is like, how the experience changes. All of that will happen in the steps. So you're thinking about making sure you follow up with them regularly. And the second thing that you're coming up with is, hey, here's the things that might be objections to you, and you're overcoming those objections as well. So it becomes very important. Now, beyond that, we also somewhere here have a text sequence as well. And so we have texts that go out and do exactly the same thing on a regular basis, where we come in and we say, okay, through text, here's a short video that shows you why you want to build your fundability. Here's a short video that explains to you why you want to build business credit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it becomes very important, and I'll give you some an idea here of how this works. This is an active campaign. So if you are an Ultimate member, here are the actual texts that go out to or that are built in your active campaign. Okay, so this is just an example, and you could just kind of read some of these. How to get credit in step 7. What lenders see on your credit reports. What our finance suite team does for you. How we work with all lenders, revenue lending, unsecured, book of business financing, up-to-date business credit source information, how we track the information on the credit report up to date, how to read Experian reports, okay, how this funding program works, how to get fleet credit, how to get office credit, consulting schedule, what happens on our consulting calls, how to use the business valuation in your back office. So, these texts they just explain exactly what they get when they enroll, all the benefits they get. It's a reminder of them basically to exactly why they enrolled. And I'm going to try to see if I actually have retention emails for post-enrollment. These are, if you're Ultimate, these are the emails that go in those sequences as well. Okay, so you can see some of them are short, some of them are quick, and those are the same emails you just saw. Getting business credit, we looked at that one. Okay, we looked at that. The secret to getting approved for a lot of credit quickly is this 2-minute video. Okay, avoid bootstrapping your business, This all talks about how most business owners bootstrap or get money from family and friends, and why it's important they're using the finance suite to get money. This is the money that will help grow if you stay committed, keep working through the steps. And remember, you and only you control the pace of your success. The faster you navigate the steps, the faster you'll get your hands on the money you want to grow. So again, we're just reiterating the benefits of them enrolling, the secret of high revenue and profits. Okay, and here's our exclusive Facebook group. Why most people fail and how you can succeed. Why do so many businesses fail? Well, it's lack of access to capital. Well, you're working with us. This is how we help you succeed. Here's a 9-minute video that reviews business credit reports so you can see what to expect as your business credit report grows. And by the way, these are all emails that are already built for our Ultimate partners that are in your back office. I'm just giving you an idea of what happens in these emails. Being average sucks. And it talks about how average people are and how above average people are and how they building business credit and getting financing, that you're a better person, basically. You're a better entrepreneur. Don't ever do this. Don't give up on your dreams. You have these dreams, but it all comes down to getting money. If you quit, well, then you've given up on your dreams. Like I said, it's harsh, but we're playing on ego there. Yeah, exclusivity is a powerful thing. It's estimated that over 90% of business owners know nothing about business credit. But guess what? You're building business credit with us. You now do. You're one of the elite people. Getting your DUNS number quickly and for free, okay? They can cost you money, but we get it for you for free in this step. Do you have a failing business credit score? Well, this is what we do in step 2. We help you figure out if you do. Here's a 5-minute video that shows how people have failing business credit scores even when they have no business credit. Okay, your F credit score, same thing. Here's what your credit score looks like where you have an F because you haven't established business credit. This is the problem that we help you solve. Vendors you can use. Now we're into the vendor step. Now we're saying, hey, look, 97% of vendors don't report to the reporting agency. Here's a 6-minute video that talks about real benefits from the vendors that are in your finance suite that you can use. Here's that hero email. Your business credit journey shown on credit reports. We're showing credit reports where here's what it looks like with no credit. Here's what it looks like with more credit, how your recommendation of credit goes up over time. Crafting your credit report. This is where we talk about what we're actually doing. Here's a credit report. Here's how we're building it. Here's what one looks like with nothing on it. Here's what one looks like after we've built it, for example. How to get the highest approvals from lenders and credit issuers. Well, it all comes down to getting initial vendors established, establishing that business credit profile and score. 4-minute video that shows that. Again, the failing score we talked about, substantial. Okay, running a business is hard. This is why we break it down into sub-steps, okay? So we talk about, hey, look, we break your journey down into sub-steps till you can get to things little by little so you can actually succeed. Saving 90% on business credit monitoring, which is the benefit of buying. Shortcut your business credit building process by we're coming in saving you years of time because we're breaking it down step by step. We're showing you the accounts you can get approved for. Your credit approvals are waiting. In step 6 and 7, you're going to get high limit accounts. Here's a video that shows what kind of credit you're able to get. Okay, in the process as you move future down the road. Okay, so you can see what I'm going after here. Our post-enrollment sequence does many things. First of all, it tells customers what their experience is like and what their experience is going to be like. It future paces them. We talk about what's going to happen in the next step. We give them testimonials. We show them real results of customers. We show them commercial credit reports, real social proof. We're explaining, we're hitting on their ego and saying, look, you want to be a winner. Winners build successful businesses. They need capital to do that. You need capital. Here's how you get capital. We explain the benefits of what's taking place in each step. So it's all about selling them. We do our hardest sales pitch after they enroll. Our prospecting emails have very little sales pitch. There's basically no sales pitch involved in our regular emails, okay? But the reality is that we do the majority of our selling after somebody enrolls. And that's what most people don't do. And that's what doubled our retention percentage when we started delivering this through email, as I've shown you, through text, as I've shown you. But it's not enough. We didn't want to just stop there. So the next thing we did was we started to actually come up with some gifts. So with some interesting gifts, with gifts that we could give away that provide value to somebody, but might not have a huge expense or cost to us. We also incorporated direct mail. Why? Because we don't send direct mail. We don't send direct mail to prospects. We did a complete 180. And that's why this did a 180. It's why we jumped from 32% to over 70%, because we did a 180. We went from sending them no content after they enrolled to then sending them all kinds of content after they enrolled. We now send them emails. We then send them text. And then we did something we'd never done before. We incorporated direct mail. The only people that get direct mail from us are our clients that pay us money. We do not send direct mail to prospects. We haven't historically. It's not something we did. So instead of them getting no contact from us post-enrollment through our normal maintenance sequence, we added an email sequence. Then we added text. Then we added a unique way that they were not used to getting information, which is direct mail. So they felt like they were getting more than they ever did as non-clients. Wow. Now I get emails with this great info. Now I get text with this great info. Now I get direct mail with this great info. I never got direct mail from Credit Suite. Now they do. And that's what changed this to do a 180 was when we added this. So we actually came in right here and we now work with bannerseason.com. We used to work with sendoutcards.com. Now we work with bannerseason.com. And by the way, the emails and text, everything I'm showing you is set up automated. All that stuff gets delivered automatically. It's not something anybody has to manually do. Now we have a virtual assistant and all she does is retention. That's all she does is manage our post-retention, direct mail, and gifts that get sent. And here's basically where they are. These are what we send. We send these kind of greeting cards. So let me see if I can show you some of this. Verify a copy project, continue editing. Let's see if we can continue to edit this. And I'll show you some of these direct mail pieces that we send out. Okay, so here's an example of a direct mail card. Congratulations, right? And then this is the inside of it. Congratulations on your commitment to build your business credit. Log into your finance suite and complete step 1 to get your corporate card next month. When you get your card, share it on social, hashtag Credit Suite. So we say, hey, look, when you get this in the mail, you're going to get this. Make sure that you finish step 1 so we have your information. Look, the reality is we already have their information. We don't need them to complete step 1 for this corporate card. But now we're saying if you do step 1, you get this. You get something cool. So the reason we do that is because, look at this. A lot of people dropped out because they didn't want to do step 1. But then when we came in and we said, okay, let's give them an incentive to do step 1. Now more people did it. And then we say, congratulations on getting started with Credit Suite. We're excited to help you build business credit. As an active partner, we'll be sending you some special gifts over the next few months. Some of these gifts are delivered by mail. So it's important we have an accurate mail address, This is why you want to complete step 1. Okay, next month, you're going to get this corporate information card from us. It's going to have all this information on it. And we will need your business address to make sure you log into sweetlogin.com and make sure you enter that address so, we can like get you the cool stuff that we want to get you. And by the way, this is the corporate card. If you've never actually seen the corporate card, this is what it is. Most of you should already have one. And I gotta tell you, I use mine all the time. I don't know Credit Suite's EIN. I don't know why it's a number I've chosen to not remember, but I don't know our DUNS and I don't know our EIN. I actually have this sitting right by my desk, and I use this all the time whenever something asks for my DUNS number and EIN. It looks like a credit card. It's got their company name, their DUNS, their EIN, and their founded date, because that's stuff that everybody needs. Guys, this is a brilliant idea. I mean, I don't mean to say that. I don't usually have an ego of any sort, but that's a freaking smart ass idea. To have something that looks like a credit card that has your EIN, your founded date, your DUNS number on it, and your company name that you send to every one of your customers. You know what my substantial cost for this is? It's less than $1.50. $1 freaking dollar it cost me to generate one of these cards. And again, you can find a printing company to do exactly the same thing that we did here and mail these to your customers exactly the same as we did here. So I have $1 worth of cost here, okay, for something. And you know how much that means? This is what's smart. That people keep this around. Nobody's going to get this and throw it away. Freaking nobody. Nobody's going to throw that away. It doesn't happen. They're going to put it in their wallet, which was our idea to begin with, or they're going to do what I do, which is set it right by their desk. Okay, I'm literally sitting here, not that you can see me, but I literally have Credit Suites right in front of me. It sits right beside my desk. Our DUNS, our EIN, our founded date. So that's a smart idea, but it cost me $1.50 to actually get done. So that's what you're looking for here is when you're looking for gifts or cool things you can send somebody, you want to send them something that doesn't cost you a lot of money. We have business birthday here. I don't know why we're sending them brownies. I don't know what's going on there. Birthday. And then you want to send something that doesn't cost a lot of money, but it's something cool that they would really appreciate. So here's the second gift that we send them. The second gift that we send them is we send them a year subscription to Entrepreneur Magazine. Hey, we're excited to help your business succeed. So we're giving you a 12-month subscription to Entrepreneur Magazine that we think you're going to love. When you get your first magazine, share it on social, And then we say this, hey, we're so proud of what you've accomplished so far as an entrepreneur and confident that a subscription to Entrepreneur could help you grow. So we went ahead and did that for you. Actually, this is a spelling correction. I got to figure that. A 12-month subscription to Entrepreneur Magazine. I got to fix that. I'm going to take a picture of that right now so our team knows. So we're actually getting you a 12-month subscription to Entrepreneur Magazine. If you have any questions, if your address isn't correct, get in touch with us. So again, we're saying you need to complete step 1 because we need that address to send this. Do you know what my cost is here? $9.99 for the entire year. $10. So we dedicate $10 to every client that enrolls, and we get them a subscription to Entrepreneur Magazine. That's something every single month they're going to get. And they're going to remember us every single month. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And it cost us $10 to create that kind of experience. So this gets mailed out to them as like a 5x7 card. And then they open it up and it's got this and it reminds them. And then they get that entrepreneur subscription. And then they get the entrepreneur subscription in the mail. Now, by the way, Entrepreneur would let us even customize the insert that goes on the front of the magazine. But it's like stupid money we're not willing to pay. But you do have the ability to do that. Now we come into quotes that will change your life. So we found a book that we really liked. And what we did was we send this book. And I think the book is like $10. Just so you know, our budget is $50 for every customer. And I think what they say in Never Lose a Customer Again, Joey says, I can't remember, but I think it's like 5% of your sale amount or profit should go towards retention. So we come in and we actually dedicate $50 in total cost for retaining an actual customer. Guys, I'm telling you that because that's pretty ridiculously low, right? It's not a lot. I mean, to spend $50 to retain a customer that spends $3,000 is not enough. We might even raise it to $100. We did this just to see what would happen. Now that we see that we doubled our retention rate, we obviously see the benefit of doing this. So next we send out this gift. It's this quote. Congratulations on your commitment to build your business credit. We're sending you a special inspiration gift to help on your climb to success. When you receive this gift, and we send them these quotes. Now, one thing I've learned is we tell them what's coming up. For once, we wanted to surprise them. Then we realized, heck with that. We're going to tell them what's coming up to give them motivation to stay. So we changed it from surprising them with gifts to then coming in and actually telling them what's coming up next, so they actually have a reason to stick around and stay. And Terry says, how can I get the corporate card and magazine subscription? I'm on step 3. You can reach out to your advisors. If you reach out to your advisors, this should automatically happen. If it doesn't happen, I'll tell you why. Because you didn't complete step 1 in time. And that DUNS number, we have to have your DUNS number to do the corporate card. If you don't have your DUNS number, if that field is left blank, then our team can't send the card because we don't have your DUNS number. But if you reach out to your advisor team, by phone, by email, contact us at the top of your suite, top right of your suite. They will make sure that you get put in the sequence and make sure you get the corporate card and make sure you also get the subscription. So you can see here quotes that change your life. I think it costs us $10, not a big cost. That's the next gift we send. And the next gift that we send actually comes in and doesn't cost us anything, but in my opinion is one of the biggest value adds that any business can have. And that value add is that we do reviews for them. We go online and we actually say, thanks for all you do. Our team will be leaving you positive reviews the next couple of weeks to brag about how awesome you are in your company. Okay. And we say, we know how important your online reputation is when you're growing your business. Some of your potential customers will base their entire buying decision on that reputation. So when we thought of a gesture we can do to show you how much we appreciate your business, helping establish a positive online reputation for you is at the top of our list. Our team will leave a review in approximately 2 weeks. If for any reason you have questions on what we do, or if we prefer we don't leave reviews, then give us a call. So again, we're telling them we're going to do this for you. And the reason we do that is because we want to give them a reason to stay. Okay. It's really hard for people that are getting these kind of gifts to then turn around and quit. And by the way, just so you know, we looked at when they were quitting and we deliver the gifts 1 to 2 weeks before they typically quit. That's what we do. 1 week before we see they quit, we send them a gift because that's pretty hard to do. Like it's pretty hard to get a 12-month subscription to Entrepreneur and then quit 1 week later. I'm not saying people don't do it, but I'm saying like it's the law of reciprocity. Like you feel shady when somebody does something good for you and you do something bad for them. So again, sending this around when they quit is a really big deal. So again, we do that. Now, these are our gifts, and those are the main gifts we send. Notice that we send 4 months worth of gifts. Notice 1, 2, 3, 4. What happens after month 4? Our retention pretty much stayed the same at that point. So what we did was we provided gifts the first 4 months because that's when we saw the biggest drop off of enrollments. Now, remember, I'm showing you how we do this, but I'm not just talking about your business credit business here. A lot of you are accountants and you're attorneys and you're in the financial services space selling loans and you're in credit repair. You're in other industries. You need to adopt a strategy like this for every business that you own because you can't deny that 32% retention versus 70 is a really big deal. And that is that important. And that's the kind of difference this is actually makes. So on top of doing the gifts, we also do testimonials. So we also send testimonial cards with cool hidden links to hidden training that they can only access through the, oh, don't you lock my project. That wasn't very nice. I don't know how they locked the project. I don't know what that deal is with that. Let me figure this out. See if they let me open this. I've never even been into banner season before, by the way. I built all this and send out cards, and then they all moved this to banner season. You recently ordered this project, so we locked your ability to make further changes. In the meantime, click this link to make a copy of your project. Okay. Create, view saved projects. Okay, I'm going to try to open one more. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to copy it and do it that way. And then I'll completely throw everybody off. Okay, here's one that's opening. Okay, so you're awesome. That's a cool card. I like that. And then we say, hey, we're so excited to help you on your journey of obtaining business credit. You're awesome. for getting started. We wanted to share with you a success story of a client just like you who's successfully building her business credit. Enjoy a little of her story on the right side of this card. We also have an exclusive training tip for you here, creditsuite.com/exclusive-access-1. We call this our hidden training because this card is the only place you'll find this special link to gain access. This is one of our top tips for our top clients, a tip we won't share anywhere else. So here's what's going on in this card. We're giving them something exclusive, and that makes people feel good. It just does. We're saying, hey, look, we have a special link. We never show it. It's not training we include anywhere else. It's only on one link. It's only available on this card. The only people that get this is people that got this card because you're awesome and we thank you. And then on top of that, we give them a testimonial. And here's the testimonial. Hey, my husband and I had doubts. It would work for us. Business credit saved our business. Thank you, Credit Suite. And here's her whole testimonial. So what's interesting about all of this is two things going on. One, we're giving them something exclusive to make them feel good because anything you get that's exclusive makes you feel good. It's just the way that it is. People psychologically like to be part of a smaller group, an exclusive group. Then we provide a testimonial of somebody that actually had results following the same system they're following. And this goes on every single month we send a testimonial. So every single month we send them a testimonial. And for the first 4 months, we give them gifts. And again, if you're keeping track, I think the get quotes for your business is a cost of like $10. Then we had a cost of $10 for the Entrepreneur Magazine, a cost of like less than $5 with mail costs and stuff, like $3 for the card. And by the way, we used to send a badass plaque. It was a freaking awesome. I love this thing. A really beautiful plaque that talks about their business, the founded date, has their logo on it. It was awesome. But the problem was nobody sent us the information we needed. We asked for like a high-def copy of their logo, and nobody would send it to us. So we did this for 2 years trying to get high-def copies of the logo, and like less than 2% of all people we solicited gave it to us. So we abandoned it, but that plaque was $30. So of our $50 budget, that plaque was the majority of it. And then we ended up removing it because nobody gave us the info we needed to send the plaque. So we don't do that anymore, and we will replace it. I'm actually slated next week to review all of our retention assets and fine-tune them. But again, we send them a testimonial every month as well with an exclusive link and with a testimonial included in that as well. Okay. So, and Terry says that's what happened. Yeah. We won't send that corporate card if we don't have your DUNS because we can't produce the card. So that's typically what the reason is. So that's it. That's what our retention sequence looks like. That's how we took a 32% retention and increased it to 70%. Was we did everything I've shown you here. First, we built emails, and the emails talk about the benefits, what's going to happen in every step, give them forward. We go ahead and look into the future of giving them future results, other testimonials people are getting, what's going to happen if they continue on the process. We stroke their ego. Hey, winners win. They don't quit things. You don't want to quit. You want to continue to move forward. We give them valuable information. We do this through email. We let them opt in with text. We deliver it through text as well. The next thing we do is we incorporate a media they've never seen from us before, direct mail. And by the way, banner season is all automated. This all happens automatically. We don't actually do anything here. All these cards get sent. We have a retention person, but what the retention person does is orders these magazines. The retention person actually leaves the reviews. The retention person orders the books. The retention person orders the EIN cards. All of that stuff is what the virtual assistant does. They control the physical delivery of the gift. All of the notices that it's going to happens automatically through banner season, which integrates with Infusionsoft. So this whole thing is automated. The only thing that's not is the physical sending of the gifts, which is actually done by a virtual assistant in the Philippines for like less than $5 an hour. Okay, so that's how we put all this together. And then again, you should put aside a budget for retention. In our case, everything I showed you here is less than $25. We need another really cool gift to give, and we're still entertaining that. We've got a lot of ideas. We were thinking about making a donation on their part and a bunch of other stuff that we're still throwing around, but we never have replaced that plaque, and we soon will replace that plaque. So I'm going to open this up to questions, but if you have any questions, I want to go ahead and address them. Look, 5% increase in retention could be equivalent to 100% increase in your profits. That's not my math. That's like somebody else's math online, and everybody knows that what we see online is true. So, but bottom line, you got to retain your customers, and you retain your customers by continuing the conversation after they enroll. That's when you need to sell them the most. That's when you need to reiterate the benefits of why they enrolled. That's when you need to welcome them and make them feel good, for example, with emails and videos. And by the way, that first email where they see the video of us holding the sign, their name is on that sign. I don't know how that technology works, but you can find it online where somebody holds up a sign and your name auto-populates on the sign. So that automatically happens in that video. We welcome them with warmth. Here's our family. Here's our company. Here's the benefits that you get. Then we go through all the benefits they're getting in all the steps, why they want to do it. We future pace. Here's credit reports that show results. Here's actual real results. Here's all these things that show the experience you're about to have. Then we stroke on their ego. You're a winner. Only 90% of people don't know anything about business credit. You're part of an exclusive group of 10% that do now. Here's all the benefits that you get. Then we come in and we get them into text, and we do the same thing through text, and we start delivering all this value through text of giving them all this information that we see here, right? Future credit, credit for truckers, how to read your D&B credit report, your business valuation, all these unique texts that we send them, how to get your DUNS, your phone number set up, all the stuff that we do. We just reiterate with them in very short videos why we're doing this, why it's important, what it will help you accomplish. Every single one of these goes to a very short video. So now through email and text, they're getting all this information about why they want to continue the process. And then what happens after that is we then bring in the direct mail, right? We start to surprise them with really cool, unique gifts. We start to deliver direct mail testimonials and unique training links that they get that they can only get as an exclusive right of being our client. All of that happens. And when they quit, it all stops. Everything stops. We shut them off everything. They don't get prospecting emails. They don't get direct mail. We quit their text. We shut them off completely. Everything is done. And it's interesting because I went through a couple months ago and called 2 months worth of canceled clients. Every client that canceled, I called them all. I go through and get on our phones and talk to prospects. I call our clients once in a while, just randomly call. And I called everybody that quit, and not one person was unhappy. Almost all of them had budget issues and planned on coming back in. That's how you create that kind of experience. Is they have all of this that shows the benefits and value. And then if they quit, it all stops. And all of a sudden, all the support they were getting to help build business credit and financing is now gone. And it's almost a little bit, we've had clients say it's almost a sense of loneliness because all this help that they felt was surrounding them through the direct mail and the text and the email and our advisors and all of that, all of a sudden immediately went away, and they kind of felt like they were on an island again. And then they came back in. So I can't tell you how powerful this is. You need to have a retention sequence. And hopefully what we went over today will help you do that and see how we've incorporated direct mail, text, and email to do this, how we've incorporated psychological things like unique links that only they can get, of future pacing what they're going to get in those direct mail pieces to what they're going to get in the future, to future pacing what they're going to get in emails to show their results and to show social proof of what happens as long as they continue on that path. You combine all of that, you have a very powerful retention strategy. And this gives you the baseline for building one for your business as well. So I'm going to wrap this up. Carla says, where do you get the cards for the DUN number? I'm going to try to check right now. I'm going to try to check. So Carla, while I'm answering other questions, I'm going to try to check. I knew someone was going to ask the question, and the real answer is I don't know. I don't remember the company that we use to do our printing for them because I haven't dealt with that printer in a while. But while I'm answering other questions here, I am going to try to just come in, and I am going to try to go into my emails, and I will try to find that printing company. Because actually, believe it or not, it wasn't easy to find a printing company to do those. And we were able to finally find one, but I'm not sure exactly who it was. So I'll try to research that right now. I might not have an answer for you there, but I will definitely try to look and see. So I'm looking right now for that. Okay, let me answer any other questions. Okay, what is the best way to use the sequence of communications? Mostly emails. where to find in the site. Alan, if you, this is all the retention stuff is already built in ActiveCampaign if you're an Ultimate customer. We do not include any of this stuff if you're not an Ultimate customer, because this is what Ultimate customers pay for. We not only give them access to all this, but it's already set up for them. So if you're Ultimate, it's all built in your ActiveCampaign. This text sequence and the email post-enrollment sequence is all built in ActiveCampaign if you're an executive or an Ultimate customer. And Janella says, thanks, Ty, good information. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I have not been able to successfully find our printing service, and I am going to do one more search here. So I'm just trying to get you guys to get that information. Oh, wait, EIN card. So I'm trying to get you this information, Carla, but I'm not really sure where. Oh, wait, EIN card task. Okay, let me see if we can figure that out. So I'm not really sure. So any other questions you have, go ahead and get them typed in. And I am right now trying to, and by the way, here is these EIN cards. You can see those EIN cards right there. So that's actually what an EIN card looks like that we send somebody. But I'm not exactly sure where we send them from. So that's where I'm trying to figure that out right now. But I'm not sure. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and type them in. And then I am desperately trying to find that printing service that we use, but I'm not exactly sure where that is or who it is that we use. So you might have to find your own printing service, because I just have, oh, wait a minute, here we go. I found it. Cardsource.com. That's where we do it. Here's Tiffany's number. Tiffany helps me. There's Tiffany's info. Tiffany M at cardsource.com. Tiffany M is where we get these cards printed for a little over like $1, $1.50, somewhere in that range per card. The card has the EIN number, looks like a credit card. It then has the date established, the DUNS number, the company's name, and then on the back, it has our phone number and our email address as well. So that's where we get it. Tiffany M at cardsource.com. Man, I mean, this card, you need to get with CardSource. I tried 25 different printers before we found one that could do what we were trying to do, and we've used them now for years. So that gives you that information. Hopefully that helps. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. You got it, Carla. Anybody, if you have any other questions, reach out. Our advising team can help you. Our partner success team can help you along the way. Do me a favor. Just do me one thing, okay? I don't ask for much. I'm going to ask you all, everybody on here, to do me one small favor. Okay, the favor I want to ask is I want you guys to go and buy this one book. Okay, I'm telling you, it's not even a favor for me. I'm not asking you for a personal favor from me. I'm asking you because I really think that this can make a big difference in your life and in your business. Never Lose a Customer Again, one of the best, probably 10 books I've ever read. And I think this can make a real difference in your life for teaching you the importance of retention and giving you some really good ideas of what you can do to retain your customers. So again, do it for me as a favor. I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. I think this book could have a serious impact on your business and your life. It's one of the top 10 books I've ever read. It's worth it for you. And if you do this, you're already going to be one step closer to developing a retention strategy for your business. James says, I'll order it today. James, I'm not, I appreciate that. I'm not getting an affiliate commission here, guys. I'm just telling you, one of the best books I've ever read, made a huge difference in our company. I think it can make a big difference in yours too. So I think it's worth it. And Oscar says, can you put the email for Tiffany up again, please? Let me see here. Where were you at, Tiffany? Okay, so here you go. So Tiffany, right there it is. Tiffany M, like Mary at cardsource.com. Okay. So Tiffany M at cardsource.com. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any questions, everybody, please reach out to your partner success team or advising. And I just went ahead and I put that in the, I think I'm going to try to put this in the comments. Let me see if I can get it. And I just put that in the comments. So it's all there. If for anybody that wants that email address, I put that in the comments. There you go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If anybody has any questions, reach out to our partner success team. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I will see you next Tuesday at 3 o'clock Eastern. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.